First question is, will Travis be set for Friday night?
What we're going to do is, and hopefully won't have to answer this question time after every game. He's going to practice today. He practiced yesterday, and then we'll see how he's feeling. I think that's what the doctors think is best. I think that's what Richard does, and I just go by what Travis says and what those guys say. So our plan is for him to play and contribute and play well tomorrow.
Is it strictly a soreness issue, or?
Yeah, it's just it's less than 12 months since the surgery. So this is kind of the process that you go through. And what our hope is for him to continue to play and practice and get his reps in and playing games. And as the year progresses, for that to get stronger. And with any type of injury like that, you take a couple steps forward and you got to take a couple days off. And with the way the season works out with the amount of games and different things like that, you just, as I said on Tuesday, we're going to be overly cautious with him right now.
After the Alabama game, you obviously spoke about some things that would probably become teaching points after reviewing film or tape. Did you add anything to the list of talking points? What are you guys working on?
Well, I think, we have to do a really good job in our transition defense, because that's such an important part for us not to give up easy baskets. And I thought there was times where we were exceptional in that on Tuesday night. And it's just something, to be honest with you, you have to work on that every single day. You can never take that for granted. We have to do a great job of guarding the basketball on dribble drives. So many teams are able now to stretch you out and take you off the dribble. So that goes back to, the guy on the ball, but also our core team defensive situations as well. So we're always working on that, and I thought we left too many points on the table on Tuesday night. We need to finish plays around the basket better, so we emphasized that yesterday. And when we do get fouled, we need to step up to the free throw line and make free throws. And it wasn't, again, it's not one guy in particular. It's, instead of going 2 for 3, we need to go 3 for 3 or 3 for 4 instead of 2 for 4. And those things add up. And then as you move forward in the season, those become even more critical.
When you talk about things like finishing off close-range shots and free throws, how do you apply those messages in practice? Obviously you shoot free throws.
Yeah, and again, we shoot a ton of free throws, and the post guys work on it. Sometimes in the post work or the shots around the basket, you need to be able to practice with some contact and with some physicality. So, we have different drills and different things like that to work on that. And one of the biggest things always in basketball is when, guys miss shots around the basket, you always think those are easy shots. Those aren't necessarily easy, with guys banging on you.
You're more likely to have people banging on you.
Yeah, so, but it's just something that I think, with 20 offensive rebounds, you need more second chance points than we got. There's also the teaching point: if you get an offensive rebound, that doesn't give you the green light to shoot the ball. If you're surrounded and swarmed inside, you have to kick it out. Sometimes the best time, sometimes the best opportunity to get a wide open 3 is off offensive rebound. So you do drill work on that stuff as well. Where you get an offensive rebound and you're swarmed, and the guards get into position and you snap that ball out there. So it's just different things like that early in the season, as you've worked on them going into it, you go back and re-emphasize them after games.
You talked about perimeter defense. I guess Isaiah McRae is one guy you're going to have to keep an eye on, both getting into the lane and also rebounding. He's also their leading rebounder.
Right. And here's the thing. This is IPFW is a perfect example of upgrading your schedule. And you may say, well, what do you mean? They're not Georgia. They're not Vanderbilt. They're not Dayton. They're not Charlotte. But it's a one-way game, and it's a team that won 24 games last year. It's a team that was within 9 seconds of playing in the NCAA tournament. It's a team that starts 3 seniors, a junior, and a transfer sophomore. You know what I mean? And so they're accustomed to winning. They know how to win. They play extremely well. They have a tremendous post player inside in Forbes. There'll be 600 pounds of meat battling around down there tomorrow night. They got great guards that can shoot the 3. And Evans can put the ball on the floor and attack, and McRae. Edwards has moved over to the 4, gives them a unique, threat where he can put the ball on the floor, score, make plays for other guys. So it's a team that's going to win 20 games this year, and they know how to win. So we're going to have to play extremely well. And obviously, you mentioned McCray. He's a dynamic player because he can shoot the 3, and in terms of his driving ability, he hits for the cycle. He can go right, he can go left, he can go middle or baseline. And in the open court, he can get to the basket as well as anybody that we've played, as well as like Mann from Georgia, Gaines from Georgia. And so, you get to this point in your career and play the games that they have guys that could easily play in our league, play in the SEC, play in the Big Ten.
You have, matchup-wise, you have a size advantage based on how they start out. I imagine you try to get them to match up with you rather than you match up with them.
Well, again, those are the ebbs and flows of games. You know what I mean? We have to do a great job of taking care of the basketball. We have to do a good job of moving the basketball. And offensively, we need to do what we do, and that's get the ball inside, and that's create some shots on the perimeter for each other. And then defensively, it's going to be a great